Big stories, big pressure, big nights at Anfield. This is Anfield Central, your home for the latest Liverpool news, transfers and sharp analysis. No noise, just what matters to real Reds. So if you love Liverpool, hit subscribe and stay ahead of every story. Let's get into it.
Liverpool transfer news. Reds close in on Alan Elias amid Salah succession plan. Liverpool are reportedly closing in on a move for highly rated Palmeiras winger Alan Elias as the club steps up its search for a long-term successor to Mohamed Salah. The 19-year-old Brazilian has emerged as one of the brightest young talents in South America, and reports from Brazil suggest the Reds are currently leading the race for his signature. Palmeiras are believed to be demanding a fee that could rise to €35 million, around $41 million, with Liverpool keen to structure a deal that would see Alan move to Anfield after the upcoming World Cup. There is competition though. Newcastle United and Aston Villa are also said to be monitoring the situation, but Liverpool appear to be in pole position at this stage. Alan operates primarily as a right winger, a role that carries significant weight at Anfield. The club are actively planning for life beyond Mohamed Salah, even though the Egyptian remains under contract until 2027. Salah turns 34 this year, and while he rejected a major bid from Al Ittihad back in 2023, another offer from the Saudi Pro League is expected this summer. This time the forward could be more open to a move. That uncertainty has accelerated Liverpool's recruitment planning, and Alan fits the profile: young, technically sharp, and capable of developing into a long-term solution on the right flank. However, he is not the only name on the shortlist. Liverpool continue to be linked with RB Leipzig forward Yan Diamonde, another exciting winger enjoying a breakthrough season. The 19-year-old has registered 7 goals and 5 assists in 19 Bundesliga appearances, quickly establishing himself as one of Europe's most promising attacking prospects. Earlier this year, Diamonde sparked headlines after appearing to declare Liverpool as his dream club during a live stream, saying he wanted to play at Anfield and fulfill his father's dream. But he has since clarified those comments. He explained, "People made it out to be my dream club. It's my dad's favorite club. I have a lot of respect for Liverpool, but my dream club right now is Leipzig." So while Diamonde remains an admired talent, Alan Elias appears to be the more concrete target at this stage. With Salah's future potentially entering its final chapter, Liverpool's next move on the right wing could shape the club's attacking identity for years to come.
Arne Slot provides an injury update on Alexander Isak and return timeline. Liverpool head coach Arne Slot has delivered a fresh update on Alexander Isak's recovery, confirming the Swedish striker will play again this season, but patience will be required. Isak, who arrived from Newcastle United last summer in a blockbuster $169 million or £125 million deal, has yet to fully showcase his level at Anfield, largely due to a broken leg that has kept him sidelined for months. Now there is finally visible progress. Slot revealed that Isak has returned to the pitch for the first time in his rehabilitation, albeit wearing running shoes rather than football boots. It marks an important psychological and physical milestone in his recovery. The Liverpool manager explained that while Isak has been working in the gym consistently, stepping back onto the grass signals he is entering the final phase of rehab. The next step will involve ball work, followed by reintegration into full team training, stages that naturally take time, especially after 4 to 5 months out. Slot was clear in managing expectations. At Liverpool's current competitive level, he stressed, no player can be expected to return at full intensity immediately after such a lengthy absence. He admitted that neither the club nor the player have yet seen the very best version of Isak, but expressed confidence that supporters will begin to see that level before the end of the campaign and certainly in the seasons ahead. When pressed for a timeline, Slot suggested that if everything goes smoothly, Isak could rejoin the group around the international break, likely late March or early April. However, he cautioned that being back in training does not mean being ready to start matches straight away. Match sharpness, rhythm, and confidence will all need to be rebuilt gradually. Still, the message was optimistic. The rehab process has gone well, credit was given to both Isak and Liverpool's medical staff, and there is growing belief that the striker can play a meaningful role before the season concludes. For Liverpool, that could be a significant boost as they enter a crucial period, and for Isak, it may be finally the start of showing why the club invested so heavily in him. Arne Slot defends former coach as Jurgen Klopp's Felipe Coutinho warning rings true.
Liverpool head into Sunday's clash with Nottingham Forest chasing a third straight win, knowing there is little margin for error in the race for Champions League qualification. Despite a turbulent spell at the end of 2025, Arne Slot's side have actually lost just twice in the Premier League this calendar year, defeats against Bournemouth in January and Manchester City earlier in this month. Interestingly, Liverpool's recent upturn has coincided with the departure of set-piece coach Aaron Briggs at the end of December. The Reds had conceded 13 goals from set pieces in 26 games under that period, scoring just 8 themselves. Since Briggs left, the numbers have flipped dramatically. Liverpool have conceded only 2 set-piece goals and scored 8 in 12 matches. But Slot has firmly rejected the idea that Briggs was to blame. I'm happy that you asked that question, because it would be very unfair to Aaron. In the end, I'm responsible for everything. The Liverpool head coach insisted the team was simply unlucky during that difficult spell, arguing that performances didn't always reflect the outcomes. We hardly gave away a chance in set pieces, but every goal went in, and we created multiple opportunities and the ball didn't go in, so that things go back to normal now is something which we expected. Slot revealed that analyst Lewis Mahoney now leads much of the set-piece preparation, but stressed that only minor adjustments have been made. In fact, he pointed out that Liverpool were already statistically strong from set pieces in the Champions League earlier in the season. In his view, this is less about sweeping tactical change and more about natural correction. Elsewhere, former Liverpool star Felipe Coutinho has once again made headlines, and this time it appears Jurgen Klopp's famous warning has aged remarkably well. Coutinho has informed boyhood club Vasco da Gama that he wants to terminate his contract early, despite talks over a potential renewal. His current deal was due to expire in June. Reports from Brazil suggest the decision shocked the club, especially after Vasco had begun discussions over extending his stay. However, recent criticism and boos from supporters are believed to have influenced his thinking. It is another turbulent chapter in a career that has struggled to rediscover the heights he once reached at Anfield. Back in 2018, Jurgen Klopp famously told him, "Stay here and they will build a statue in your honor. Go to Barcelona, Bayern Munich or Real Madrid and you will be just another player." Coutinho's time at Barcelona included a loan spell at Bayern Munich and ended in 2022, before an inconsistent stint at Aston Villa under Gerrard. Spells in Qatar and a return to Vasco have followed, but stability has remained elusive. As Liverpool look ahead to a crucial run-in under Slot, the contrast between steady rebuilding at Anfield and Coutinho's unsettled journey elsewhere offers a timely reminder of just how prophetic Klopp's words were.
Dominic Szoboszlai to Real Madrid, Liverpool star's future addressed amid transfer speculation. Whenever Real Madrid are linked with a Liverpool star, alarm bells naturally ring around Anfield, and this week it's Dominic Szoboszlai whose name has surfaced in connection with the Spanish giants. Supporters have seen this story before, from past high-profile departures to the controversy surrounding Trent Alexander-Arnold. Madrid interest always brings anxiety, but in this case there's very little concrete behind the headlines. The speculation began when Hungary manager Marco Rossi described Real Madrid as Szoboszlai's childhood dream, something shared by countless young players. That alone, however, doesn't indicate a transfer. Fuel was added when Vinicius Jr. revealed Szoboszlai is one of his closest friends outside the Madrid dressing room, yet he also mentioned players from other top European clubs, a detail largely overlooked. Crucially, there are no credible reports suggesting Real Madrid are actively pursuing him. Yes, there is a contract backdrop. Szoboszlai admitted talks over a new deal have slowed, but with more than 2 years remaining on his current contract and internal belief he could be a future captain, there's no immediate panic at Liverpool. That message was reinforced by his agent, Matthias Esterhazy, who dismissed the rumours outright, insisting a summer move is not a topic and stressing that Liverpool remain one of the biggest clubs in world football. For now, the focus is purely on performances. The former RB Leipzig midfielder is in outstanding form, scoring 5 in his last 8 games and emerging as a leading contender for Liverpool's Player of the Season. At this stage, there's no sign of Madrid circling and no indication Liverpool would even entertain it.
Xabi Alonso rejects Marseille approach as Liverpool rumours continue. Xabi Alonso has already made a big decision about his future just weeks after being sacked by Real Madrid. The former Liverpool midfielder has reportedly turned down an approach from Olympique de Marseille, choosing not to rush back into management amid growing speculation about his next move. Alonso's exit from Madrid came after defeat to FC Barcelona in the Spanish Super Cup final, but reports suggest dressing room tensions also played a part. Some senior players were said to be unhappy with his methods, and his relationship with Vinicius Jr. was described as strained. Madrid president Florente Perez acted swiftly, replacing Alonso with Álvaro Arbeloa as the club looks to steady the season. Marseille, meanwhile, are dealing with instability of their own. Roberto De Zerbi recently left after a heavy defeat to Paris Saint-Germain, while tensions between the board and sporting director Mehdi Benatia have created further uncertainty. With fan protests and internal issues ongoing, Alonso decided it was not the right environment for a fresh start. That decision has only intensified talk of a possible return to Liverpool one day, potentially succeeding Arne Slot. Slot himself recently laughed off the speculation, joking that Alonso had called him about taking over in 6 months or maybe tomorrow. For now, Alonso is being patient. After a turbulent spell in Madrid, he appears determined to choose his next project carefully, and when he does, it could become one of the biggest managerial moves in European football.